How competitive is it? I know you said it's nice, but I mean, it is a competition. Obviously, the longer you're in it, speaking honestly, the better it is for your profile. So do you get a sense that it's going to be really competitive once you're in it?
Oh, yeah, I think, but it's not even just from the celeb point of view where it's going to be competitive, because I feel like no matter how sort of much you want to sort of be nonchalant about it and say like, oh, I'm not really going to get into it. Like, you spend 4 or 5 days a week dancing leading up to this thing, and then you get a certain amount of weeks in. You're never going to turn around and just sort of be like, oh, well, that was that. You're going to get into it. And I think maybe perhaps even more so from the pros standpoint, because
great point, that's their profession.
They come from obviously a dancing background where they've never known anything but winning. That's why they come from all around the world, because they are the best people at dancing from like across the globe. Like, they've got a finite amount of time where they're able to dance, and they're putting it into this show. So I can imagine.
You better not let them down.
Yeah, exactly. So I can imagine, like, you get to the latter stages and they'll get like really into it. But also, I wasn't even aware that each year a certain amount of pros get benched.
Oh, do they?
Because they've got, I don't know how many pros it is, but they don't match up equally to the number of celebs. So even early on,
even that process is,
it's very much like everybody's getting to know each other, like getting on well. But I imagine it didn't feel like that. Everyone was lovely, but I imagine from their point of view, they're like, damn, I kind of really need to make sure I get one of these.
Wow.
Because otherwise I'm not in it for a year.
That's fascinating, that. Is there anything else that we wouldn't know you've been privy to? Any exclusives you can give us?
I don't know if there's anything outside of that. Outside of all the thing I told you about earlier, the little sort of like speed dating circle.
Yeah,
that's fun. That. So effectively, all of the celebs are in a circle facing outwards. All of the pros are in a circle on the outside of them facing inwards. And you do the sort of basic steps to a waltz and then a salsa. But there's music playing. You sort of do it with whoever it is in front of you. Just sort of, it sounds like it's going to be really awkward and cringe, but
it does.
It's weirdly just like not.
Yeah.
Because they immediately just sort of like, hi, how you getting on? It's just, but in a certain way that it's like, don't worry, this is normal for us. And immediately you're like, okay. And you sort of do the dance.
Turns dancing with each
and then someone on the mic just goes, change.
Wow.
And they'll just sort of step back, slide off to the left. Yeah. Other person comes around.
It sounds like the production's on point, though. They know what they're doing for that.
Yeah, and it's quite a cool like icebreaker. Yeah. And then you just sort of do little 5 minutes with a few of them, and then we started learning the launch show routine.
Of course, when you all dance together, aren't they?
Yeah. So we were just doing it in sort of 10-minute intervals with different pros.
Yeah.
So that they can just see how you... But it's all just like, number one, obviously seeing how you dance, but probably more importantly, everyone just... There's like so many people just looking in just to be like, who works? And if they work with them, they can't be with them. Yeah. So it must be such like a difficult sort of process.
Mate, I cannot wait to watch you on that. I wish you all the best for it. Just finally, I just want to ask about, you've recently found love.
I have.
Is that fair to say?
It's fair to say, yeah.
How's that?
So cool. Yeah. No,
you said that in a really nice way, you know.
Yeah, no, it is. It's nice. What's nice about it is that I can now speak about it freely.
Why couldn't you?
Because I've always been a very like private person. I feel like, well, not very. I feel like there's been certain aspects of my life where I'm like, I want that to be private.
Family stuff, you mean?
Yeah, just like stuff in my family. If I'm dating anyone, but. Yeah, since I asked her to be my girlfriend, and then obviously strictly, I went to. So our first. It's not like a really romantic place, but our first date was at NQ64. I don't know if you know, it's like an arcade bar. You can go. You buy tokens and you can play like old arcade games.
Okay, yeah. It's romantic. Don't talk it down. It sounds romantic. Go on, carry on.
That was our first date. So then I took her back there. And she was like, oh, this is really cute. This is giving like so many old memories.
Right, nostalgia.
And I was like, oh, what is it? No way, I had no idea. And then I just asked her, sat her down.
Mate, amazing. And of course, she's in the public eye as well.
She like somewhat so, yeah. But yeah, like she's somewhat in the public eye. But I've tried to make it like very apparent, like yes, she's now my girlfriend, but she's not my girlfriend. She's like her own person,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
like doing her own thing.
What is the challenge from your perspective of what I suppose the pros and cons of being in the public eye, having a relationship?
Yeah.
Are there pros and cons to that?
Yeah, I think because this is the thing. I think leading up to Strictly, we were very well aware of the whole sort of Strictly curse stuff and all that sort of thing, and how on it the press are. And if we didn't say anything, then it's like someone will eventually find out, and it just takes the control out of our hands.
Right.
And it's so much nicer to just have full control over it and just be like, this is who she is.
Yeah.
Do your digging all you like, but she's her own person. Respect her privacy, and that's that.
like
And
that.
I feel like people have been like very nice about it. And it's sort of, I think we're both very happy with it because we feel like we can still just be ourselves and sort of get along the same way we did, but we don't have to worry about, oh, what if people see us here, or oh, I can't really invite you there, because like the Brighton show, I was like, I'd love for you to have been there, but as soon as you turn up there and it's just me, Max, his assistant, and some random girl, everyone's like, well, who's that then?
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that sort of pressure taken off, I guess.
Yeah. So it must be nice now that it's out in the open for you.
Yeah, no, it is. And I was always worried. I always said, I don't want my relationship to be in the public eye, but I feel like there's a difference between people knowing that you're in a relationship and then being private behind closed doors and sort of posting videos about them and sort of being like doing the girlfriend tag or whatever. So I feel like that's what we're not going to do. But I feel like it's a nice place we got it.
Love that. It's a really nice, and schedule's challenging as well, because obviously she works as a model, right? You're influencer, you have to go on Strictly. So is that a challenge?
Well, luckily, because she can work somewhat freelance, she's got days that she's free, that it's not like a sort of 9 to 5, I won't be able to see her. It's we can work around it like quite nicely, so I think that works really well as well.
And what happens when you end up saying to Chris, it gets to a point you want to move in with her? How will Chris MD react to that?
He'll be devastated. Maybe we'll just keep him in as like a house pet.
Would you? I love that.
Maybe a little sort of kennel we can pop him in.
Long-term goal. Do you feel like, I'm going to be deep with this question.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Strictly could completely change the dynamic of your future career? Because if you do well on that is a monumental show. Do you feel like it could have a stratospheric impact on your career?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a whole different audience there. If things go well, there's definitely going to be more doors open, more avenues to sort of explore. But I think I've always been since it's become my job, I've always been very YouTube focused. Yeah. And I think it would take a lot to sway that. Right. And I think there's stuff that YouTube offers that TV can't, that I think is more attractive to me. The whole having full creative control, not having to sort of answer to someone upstairs who's like, that's good, but unfortunately we can't say that because of these ties.
Yeah, okay.
So it's nice to have that. And also it's fully your schedule. I like want to shoot this day, you can. Yeah. You don't have to.
So in terms of 5 years, 10 years, do you have a 5-year, 10-year plan? Or
I think just keep posting. I think I've always said, like, in answer to the question, like, where do I want to be in 5-10 years? I've always said, just keep posting on YouTube, like enjoying it, and just be in a place where if somebody sort of comes up and goes, like, oh, you're George, right? And I'm like, yeah. They say, oh, I love your videos.
Yeah.
Like, I think you make really good videos. Because it's like whatever people come up and say is lovely, and I'll never sort of like shy away from it. It's like a really cool thing to have.
Really nice thing.
But at the moment, it's very much like, oh, I find you really funny, or you're this, or yeah. And I'm like, I love that. That's so cool. But I want it to just that slight tweak for me is like, oh, they watch my videos, that like all that effort I put into the video, like I see that they can recognize that, and that's their first thought in their head when they
that's a lovely sentiment. And just finally, advice for others. We always end with this. What advice do you have for people that want to follow in your esteemed footsteps?
I think the one thing I always say is and I think it slightly is similar to the thing I said about the sort of Mr. Beastification of YouTube, is obviously take advice from different places or take inspiration from different places, but if you want to be the best you can be, the only way you can guarantee you're going to be that is if you be yourself, because nobody else is going to be better at that than you are.
It's a great way to end it. I love that.